the week before HYROX. We're currently Wednesday. Yesterday I felt freaking rubbish. I was so tired and feeling frustrated that I couldn't just give a nice like taper week training at the gym. So I've managed to get a really good sleep last night and I'm feeling much better today. So I'm going to do a little 5k run today. So Ian at Project Performance is running kind of a technique session, so we're just going to go through everything, make sure we know all of the rules, because it's race day on Sunday. Probably could have done better with my running training, but here we are. We're only doing doubles, we can do this. I'm excited for it. I am really looking forward to doing something a little bit different, and love the training sessions that we've done together with Project Performance, and then doing my own stuff at home. So it's definitely the type of training that I would like to keep up with. Now, I love having something to train for. I love having something to help keep me focused with my training. Like, I'm pretty motivated to train anyway, but I can get very much into a routine of just like plodding along. I want to be continually pushing myself. And it's not even to like see those like improvements at midlife. It's more about not regressing so far backwards. As I've got older, I've definitely gained some weight, so it's about my own weight management, but also that longevity piece to do the things. When you push yourself harder, not only do you realize what you're capable of, but you're keeping your bones strong, you're keeping that ability to move well. Doing the things that push you the boundaries are not only going to help me to feel better in my body in the long term, but also mentally to prove to myself that I can still do hard things. So let's get ready for the race. I think also with HYROX, one of the draws towards it is that it is essentially, and as I keep telling myself, maybe to my own detriment, that actually it's only a 2-hour workout. Now, I've done a lot of Spartans in my time, and I've done Spartan Ultras. I'm not really a huge runner. I'm not a good runner. I'm not a fast runner, but I am generally quite strong. So I've just had it in my head that it's going to be like a 2-hour workout. Yes, I want to push myself, but I don't have the time in my life to be like spending like days, literally. If like people that go and do things like ultras, you've literally got to dedicate a big chunk of your life to the training to make it over the finish line. Like when I did my Spartan Ultra, it took me 13 hours to complete that. I was on the trail doing burpees and obstacles for 13 freaking hours. 13 hours. And not only the training that it took me to go into that, but even after the race, I was like, I didn't feel normal again for like, I couldn't lift my regular weight. I couldn't, you know, I just felt exhausted for a long time after the race. It really depleted me. So whilst I want to push myself to do hard things, I felt like that in this stage of my life, HYROX is kind of like a good balance, because you've still got to be strong, you've got to be agile, you've got to be kind of athletic, and it does have that element of cardio. So I've had to go out running, which is not my favourite thing to do. Like I said, I'm not a good runner, I'm certainly not a fast runner, I'm very much a plodder, but it's pushed me to go out and have to run and to keep up with more cardio side of my fitness, because I am very much enjoy just doing lifting and doing strength work, but I know for my heart health, my fitness, that the cardio element is an important part. So I do want to keep that up, and it has allowed me to do that without it taking over my entire life. It's a kilometre between every station, so the most you're going to be running is 8 kilometres. So I don't have to go out and be running crazy distances. I can just go and do a 5k run and keep on top of that and really work on trying to up my speed rather than trying to up the distance. So I just enjoyed the emphasis of being like this hybrid athlete, where you've still got to be strong, but you've also got to have an element of cardio fitness, and I really like that at this stage in my life, that it is doable. So I'm also doing the doubles, which gives another bit of a buffer. We'll see how we get on today. So let's talk tactics first.
Race format.
So what we've got up first? Ski erg. We've got run first though, haven't we?
Run first. Slow and steady wins the
race.
race.
Slow and steady. Not going in too hard. It's the first one. and then you finish on the ski erg, because Joe's a better runner than me. Sled push, just get your head down and push hard.
2 lengths, there and back.
Now it's the sled pull number 3. Tactics, rope to the side, not through the middle of
That's
your legs.
it, to the side,
Yeah.
whip around the back, and then the partner will stand at the back.
Back line, so that when you walk back, they'll tap into you, because if you go over the line, you get a penalty. You don't want no penalties. Number 4, burpee board jumps. Do
Say no more, just get done.
as many as you can without. They're the one that kill you though. They're the ones that really like take it out of your
Leg
system.
forward when you get up, not a jump up.
And you've got to stand up fully as well.
Yeah.
Rowing. Rowing's pretty. I think it's my favourite. I think it's like the easiest. I can do a steady rowing pace.
Controversial.
Oh really? Like the row should be. Like
You
the
row and
recovery.
RS then, okay?
No, same format as the ski erg. I need to start.
Okay.
You need to finish.
Okay.
Farmer's carry.
Oh, that's easy.
I feel the farmer's carry was easy.
A little trot.
Have a little trot if we can.
Sandbag lunges.
They're not the weight's not too bad. Just make sure you hit the floor, because again we don't want penalties. And wall ball, what did we do on that practice? What did we do? 20 each or 10 each?
I think because it's at the end, just
Again, you don't want to be changing though. Just max out as many as you can.
Exactly.
Max out. Go for the burnout on that one.
Yeah.
Many as you can. Then when you're dying, swap over.
Yeah. And then go again.
Gonna smash it.
We got
Gonna
this.
smash it. Tactics in order. As least amount of penalties as possible. Let's fucking go.
See you at the end.
So we arrived at the Pal Expo in Geneva, and we did have a lot of time to burn, so we could check out the course map and watch all of the stations and just check in with everybody's technique before it was our race time. So here we are on the first lap, all fresh face, feeling good, and for me it's very much about getting my breathing rate settled in onto the ski erg. This stuck to plan, was feeling good at this point, really focus on those long steady pulls on the ski erg, and remembering we've got a long way to go yet. And of course remembering that we are doing those 1 kilometre runs between every single station. Now onto the sled push and both the pull. I found both of these quite hard. It really gasses me out that it gets my breathing rate up, because I tend to put a lot of tension into it. So I think quite a few changeovers are key on this, and that rope is just annoying to say the least. Now in the car we did talk about tactics and tapping. You're not actually allowed to touch. We got told we weren't allowed to touch. You just say stop. So keeping that in mind for anyone who wants to use that technique. Burpee board jump, need I say more? These were pretty disgusting, and we were really feeling it by this point. I think Joe took the brunt of these, and at one point I know she said she even felt a bit dizzy, but they are rough going, so definitely want to practice more of for next time. Into the runs, and by this part we are very much into the head game, keeping that focus. I actually really enjoy doing the rowing machine. I find that it is one of the ones that I can kind of keep a nice steady breathing rate on, really focusing on the drive through the legs, pulling strong on the way back and getting the recovery as we release back in. Then on to the farmer's carry after yet another run, and these I did find that they felt a little bit heavier than what I've been practicing with. I think it was just the time in the race, and having a little bit of a trot makes all of the difference. We ended up doing like a half a lap each on this, again keeping that focus on the run, keeping chest lifted, keeping that forward lean. Lunges, don't have a problem with the weight on these. I do think Joe again took the brunt of these, but was making sure that we're really getting the depth on that lunge and getting all the way down. Very much got shaky legs by this point in the game. Into that final 1 kilometre run, and then we're finishing off. Head is in, we're like, come on, this is the last one. Into those 100 wall balls. Now I know that when we'd practiced this, I think we was doing like 15 or 20 reps before we switched out, but when it came to doing it on race day we were doing about 10 each. I think we both had a couple where that we got told we needed to go lower, but they don't give you penalties on this, you just don't get the rep count. So we were doing about 10 at a time, making sure to get the depth on those. And then once you've got those done, the glorious feeling of being able to head over to the finish line. We could see our time on the scoreboard. We ended up coming in at 1 hour 32, so just over an hour and a half, which we were incredibly pleased with. A very quick post-race debrief. In case you haven't guessed it, I absolutely loved doing the race. I really enjoyed the formatting and the energy on the day. Everything was run very slickly. I think they do a fantastic job. If there was one thing that was missing, they kind of need a hype guy at the beginning. Like when you do a Spartan race, there's the Spartan guy, he's all dressed up, he gets everybody going. And there was just a TV screen there. I kind of wanted someone there going, like, really getting you revved up and ready to go. Really enjoyed the race. I found it incredibly tough. Like I was going all out for like the most of it, and it's that balance between pushing yourself but still leaving some in the tank, because going at that intensity for an hour and a half is challenging. So whilst we were doing the race, and we especially on the runs, which are my hardest, I really had to keep in my head and keep focused, because I kind of really wanted to plod along to get my head up and to keep on pushing. But that is what I love about it, because it's doable, because it's only an hour and a half ish. You can go that little bit more intense, and it doesn't have to take up your entire life for the training. You can train for it within your regular training session. So I'm 100% want to do one again. I want to get my time down a little bit. There was definitely some faffing going on between the transitions and little spaces that I think we could definitely make some improvement. Although I was saying during the races, like, there's no way I could do this on my own. Actually seeing some of the solo athletes, and one of my fellow coaches, Jude, she got third place in her age category, and actually it's incredibly inspiring. So often as a woman over the age of 40, we hear ourselves saying, oh, it's downhill from here on in. And I think when you go to these type of events, you see people booking that trend and being like, no, we're not just going downhill, we're going to continue to push ourselves and strive to be better, whatever the result of that may be, and not just giving up on yourself and giving yourself up on your own fitness levels. So I'm excited to see when I can do another one. I know that I've got some improvements to make for the next one, and actually one of my friends did tell me about this website. It's called HYROX-coach.com, and you can put your race into there, and basically AI is going to break down your race for you and tell you which were your strong points, which where you need to work. And that's incredibly insightful, particularly because we have to work on wall balls and burpees. Shocker. But that is also the elements that are at the end of the race, which tells me it's more of that maintaining endurance or intensity at the later stages of the race. So definite improvements that can be made. I want to do another doubles. I'd love to think that maybe one day I could push myself to do a solo attempt, just to prove to myself that I can do it. You know, we're just going in. We're not going in to win the race. We're just going to show up and to push myself. If you're thinking of doing the HYROX race, I hope this is just giving you a little bit of insight to just go for it yourself. If you have any inkling that this is something that you might enjoy, just go for it. They are hard to get into these days, and they are fairly expensive, but I think it's an incredible experience that will give you some focus with your training. It allows you to push yourself more than you might do without it. So all in all, it was an incredible first HYROX experience, and we'll be back for more.